Joining us now is one of the new BYU football signees, 4-star defensive lineman out of Snow College. His name is Handsome Tanielu. Handsome, welcome to Studio B.
Thank you.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think everybody, including myself, wants to know, how did you get the name Handsome?
All right. Well, when I was born, that was the first thing my mom said to me. He's handsome. So just kind of kept it ever since. So
that's the real first name. It's not a nickname. It's not El Guapo or anything.
It's Handsome Tanielu.
And things have never changed. You're still handsome.
Got a little bigger since then. But,
So a lot of people were very excited that you signed with BYU. Ultimately, what was that process like as you had two different staffs going after you, and when you were wanting to sign, a coaching change happened? That must have been crazy.
Oh, yeah. It was, we're actually preparing for a bowl game down at Snow. We were in Kansas, and in the middle of practice, we get one of our coaches gets a text and was like, Broncos leaving. So we're like, me and Jonah Trinneman, we're like, this changes things, And so, I kind of had BYU on the side just for a little, and the fact that, there would possibly be a change and just like something a little bit more, a little different, I was definitely considering it. So, I was just excited that it happened. Change is good.
Ultimately, what led you to stick with BYU?
There was no statistic to it. There were no draftees in the past or a schedule or history. It was simply just my heart feeling, just gut feeling. It was just kind of just woke up and, didn't see any light or anything, but it was just like, man, it just felt good to kind of say, I'm going to go to BYU. And once I finally, sent it out on social media and all that, it just kind of felt good. I was just like satisfied with it, and I was happy with it. So.
What kind of reception did you get from the BYU fans through that social media announcement?
Oh my gosh, BYU fans are absolutely crazy. Right when I was in the middle of just typing the whole thing, I had to make sure that I worded it right, and just making sure that everyone knew I was most grateful for everything that happened. But as soon as I pressed that tweet button, send tweet, I about 120 favorites and 80 retweets within less than a second. Right when I pressed it, I was like, oh my gosh, my phone could not load fast enough, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. So, and then my phone just kept doing that the whole day, and it actually went on for about 3 days to where people were like.
It's happening now, in fact, while you're on the show. I'm hearing the buzz.
Yeah. My mom's tired of that buzz, but when I was back home for Christmas, it was constantly on my phone, just checking it was the updates and all that. So, it was. I'm glad BYU's, very supportive of all the athletes, and I couldn't be any happier.
What's the plan like for you to enroll in school and get on the team and all that?
Just to get ready to keep going, and nothing really, just get ready to play, just be ready for fall. So,
what was your first interaction like with Kalani Sitake? When did that take place? Where did it take place?
Shoot, I've known Coach Sitake since I was 16. So back in Hawaii when he was recruiting me from Utah. So it was a little different back then. There was my priorities were a little different, and I wasn't really I wanted to play football, and my goals are there, but the priorities and other aspects were just not there. So, ended up having to take the junior college route, but I'm happy I did, and turned out to work out in the end. So, but me and Coach Sitake go back since then, and then built a relationship while he was at Oregon State, and then when he came here, it was just we were supportive of each other, and then he just asked me, he was like, so are you on board or what, as soon as he got the job. And so it happened. So here I am.
Describe your game. Are you a tackle? Are you an end? What are you on the D-line?
I like to think I'm an end just because they're usually faster, but that's not the case. Maybe 40 pounds ago I could have played end, but I play defensive tackle. just a 3-tech or a nose guard. Doesn't really matter. Just wherever it goes, I love it both. I play some end I can if I really have to, but we're talking about possibly losing my breath for a little bit.
Possibly.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little difficult to run with 320 pounds, and be able to keep going for like 8 straight plays. So it's a different style playing D tackle in the end, but I'm proud to play D tackle. It's where the big boys play.
Recent BYU football signee and 4-star defensive lineman Handsome Tanielu with us in Studio B. You mentioned Jonah Trineman, who is another big-time 4-star get from Snow College for BYU. You were his teammate down there with the Badgers. What kind of a player does BYU get with Jonah on the offensive side?
You're looking at extremely fast. He's not cocky at all. He's really humble, quiet, and he's just explosive. He's I can always depend on him to catch the ball. If it was thrown right, and he always makes a way to to score. And I always knew that when they kicked the ball to him on the kickoff, it's done deal. The guy was gonna get at least 20 yards, and he proved our conference, that he was probably the fastest guy in our conference. So he's BYU fans are gonna see him score a lot of touchdowns this year. I'm excited for him.
Probably not as fast as you, though, when you're defensive end weight, right?
Oh, heck no.
Handsome, great to have you in studio. We'd like you to sign our stretch try flag before you leave, and we wish you the best of luck as you move forward at BYU.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it.
Handsome Tanielu, recent BYU football signee, now signing the flag here in Studio B.